Welcome to Yoga 77. My name is Jackie. We're going to be just working through a short practice today that helps to down-regulate, to de-stress, to lower cortisol levels. Really just a beautiful practice to slow everything down, bring awareness into your breath with very subtle, slow movements. A great one to take if you're anxious or just had a busy day or something's worrying you, something has happened at home and you just want to calm down. You can take yourself away for 10 or so minutes and try this little practice. And so just coming into a comfortable seat, you might be sitting on the ground or on a chair, cross-legged, kneeling, and you could even take this practice standing. So it really is a great practice to take with you and use, just have it ready to go whenever you need it. And so just start by finding your comfortable position and just noticing the points of contact to the ground, maybe to your mat or to a chair, or soles of the feet to the floor if you're standing. Noticing the length through your spine, through your heart center to the crown of your head. And just observing how you feel without judgment. Just scanning through your body. And then begin to start observing your breath, noticing the quality of your breath. And then if it's available to you, you might start to breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. You might invite a small pause, maybe to 1 or 2 counts at the top of your inhale. So maybe breathing in through your nose, holding for 1 or 2, and exhaling through your nose. And trying that again. Breathing in through your nose. Maybe a little pause for 1 or 2 and then exhaling through your nose. And if it feels right to you, you might start to invite your exhale to be slightly longer than your inhale. And just see how that feels in your body. Just try another 2 to 3 breaths like this. And if anything feels like it's being forced or it makes you feel more tense, just let it go and come back to your normal breath, your normal breathing. Okay, so next, if your eyes are closed, just blinking them open. On your next inhale, float your arms up and overhead. You might watch your palms. And on your exhale, floating them down. See if you can keep your fingers in your peripheral vision, meaning you can just see your fingers. Again, on your inhale, bringing arms up, maybe that little pause, that little hover. Exhaling, let them float down. Just try another 2 or 3 like this. Notice if both hands are moving evenly. Notice if you can bring a softness into your fingers. And then just observing that connection of the slow, subtle movement to your breath. Really nice. And then next time, you're going to float the right hand up to the top, the left hand about halfway. Again, it doesn't have to be exact. Maybe a little pause and then exhaling, let your hands come down. And switch sides. So the left hand comes up to the top, right hand about halfway. Maybe a little pause and then on your exhale, floating down. And just continue with this movement. Now take it at your own speed. So your breath might be faster or slower than mine. Just observing. Again, without making a judgment. No right or wrong. Really observing how your breath wants to move now. Again, you might inhale through your nose. Maybe hold for 1 or 2 before you exhale, and your exhale might be slightly longer than your inhale. You might be just observing out of the edges of your eyes, your peripheral vision, your fingertips, maybe your hands, or you might prefer your eyes closed. And just to take another one or two of these to each side, working at your own pace. Notice if when your hands come down, if they can meet at the same time and maybe end at the end of your exhale before you take your next inhale. And if not, that's okay. Again, just observations, noticing. And if this is the first time you've taken this practice, knowing it's quite challenging. Nice. And then once you've taken your even number to each side, come back to making it symmetrical. So both hands rise up together on your inhale, both reaching up. They don't have to come right up. Maybe that pause and then floating down on your exhale. And take another 3 to 4 like this, really to seal off this movement. Noticing almost a floating like motion, feeling through the hands, through the fingers. See how light and soft you can make the movement. You might notice that your breath becomes lighter, softer, maybe more easeful. And once you are complete, just bringing your hands down to your legs. You might roll the shoulders forward or back. You might even turn your head gently one way and then the other. Just taking any final movements that feels right to you, but moving mindfully and slowly, just sort of bringing in a sense of noticing, exploration, how you feel right now after those movements. And once you feel complete, just coming back into stillness. And again, your stillness might still have some slight movement. You don't have to be perfectly still. And just noticing any sensations through your body. You might notice tingling or heat or warmth. You might notice a bit more of a softness. You might notice your breath feels a little bit more spacious or easeful. You might notice more clarity or more of a sense of ease in your ability to focus. And then we'll end our practice on a shared breath today. And so if you'd like to join me, you might bring your hands to your heart center, just honouring your practice today, the time that you took out of your day or out of your evening. And just let your breath go, finding your exhale. And then on your inhale, floating both arms up overhead. This time your palms might meet and draw through heart center. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me today. Have a wonderful rest of your day or your evening. Go well. Namaste.